Aloha, Hawaii. If you haven't been yet, you probably want to go. And if you have, you probably want to go back. But the problem is that flights to Hawaii can get really expensive. But they don't have to be. In fact, you can do it for free, or nearly free. And you do it by using points and miles. So I'm going to show you 3 quick ways that you can use points and miles to book your next trip to Hawaii, so you can do less of this, and more of this, and this, and this. Check it out. If you've looked for flights to Hawaii, you know how spendy it can get. I'm talking $400, $600, $800, sometimes even more. But if you're a pro with Google Flights, or if you have our Thrifty Traveler Premium Flight Deal service, you can get flights to Hawaii as low as $200, sometimes even less. But you can take it next level by using credit card points to book those cheap flights and make them absolutely free. Let's say you find a $250 flight from your hometown to Kauai or Maui. If you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, you can take that flight, plug it into the Chase Travel Portal, and book it for just 20,000 Chase points. You can do it for even less if you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. It's one of the absolute easiest ways to book cheap flights with points, and it's one of the best ways, period, to get to Hawaii without breaking the bank. If you want to take things to the next level, you can leverage airline partnerships to score a great deal. American Airlines has a ton of flights from the mainland US out to the islands. And of course, you could use American Advantage miles to book those flights. But when you do, it usually costs somewhere between 45,000 miles to 50,000 miles, sometimes a little bit more. But you can also use miles from British Airways to book those exact same American flights out to Hawaii and back. And when you do, you can do it for as low as 26,000 miles round trip. The trick is that you need to start from either Phoenix or LA, some of the shortest flights that American operates out to the islands. So if you don't live in one of those cities, it could be worth booking a cheap flight out to either Phoenix or LA to hop on your flight out to Hawaii. Now, if you're worried about earning British Airways miles, don't worry, you don't need to fly BA to rack up a bunch of points. You can just transfer those points from credit cards from Chase and American Express. Before we get into our third and final option, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel to get more of our videos. Alright, I think I saved the absolute best for last. It's not quite as cheap, but it is a lot more powerful. Using miles from Air France and KLM, you can book flights with Delta, flying to Hawaii from almost any single airport in the entire country. And you can do it for just 35,000 miles round trip. It doesn't matter if you're flying non-stop from LA, a one-stop from Minneapolis, or a long 2-stop journey from smaller regional airports like Fargo or Peoria. You can book these flights for 35,000 miles round trip, no matter what. Some of these flights booked through Delta would cost you $1,000 or maybe 90,000 Delta Sky miles. This is an amazing deal and it's so flexible. Now, it is a little bit tricky to find these flights through Air France and KLM, so make sure you read our guide with tips and tricks in the info below. Once you find those flights, just transfer some credit card points over to your Air France and KLM account and book. Bam, it's that easy. Which one of these points and miles strategies would you use for your next trip to Hawaii? And where are you looking to travel next using points and miles? Make sure to let us know in the comments below. If you liked this video and found it helpful, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. And as always, cheers to cheap flights.